Hello, friends. Rubes. Okay, give me a couple minutes and we'll get class going. Just gonna log into my Zoom. Hello.
Recording in progress.
Hi, Mama Mia.
Hi.
How's it going? It's going?
What?
How's it going?
It's gone. I'm just trying to get you in here.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, are you ready to do yoga?
Am I the only one?
Yeah, but I have to do it on Facebook too, so that's fine.
Oh, because I don't want to do it if you don't have to.
I know, but I'll do it on Facebook anyway, so no worries. And maybe someone will come in late, who knows.
Yeah.
And it's only 45 minutes, so I need to practice anyway. Okay, I'm gonna mute you, Mama. I'm muting you, and we'll do the yogas. Okay, Mama Mia?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So let's just start in a comfortable seated position. And as you settle into your seat, you can take a moment to stretch just a little bit. Kind of get those morning wiggles out and just notice how your body feels. So what feels a little tight or stiff after waking up this morning? Just bringing your awareness to your physical body. And then as you're ready, find stillness. So sit up nice and tall, lengthen through your spine, draw up through the crown of your head. And if you're like me, sometimes my ribs tend to want to poke forward. So think of knitting your front ribs together. And then with your eyes closed, take a moment to just go inward, to feel what's going on inside, to feel your breath, the rise and fall. And then next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can and hold at the very top. And when you think you're full, sip in just a little bit more. Exhale, open mouth, sigh, let it go. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. And when you're ready, open mouth, sigh, let it go. Last time, just like that. Inhale. Hold at the top. A little bit extra. And sigh it out. Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And as you begin to cultivate your Ujjayi, eventually transition onto your hands and your knees. So no rush, but whenever you're ready, just come forward to hands and knees and start to move through some cat-cows. So connecting to your strong, powerful breath. As you inhale, arch your spine. And as you exhale, round your back. Push the ground away, hollow out your belly. So back and forth, just these 2 movements. And if you want to get more creative at any time, you can start to circle your hips around. Maybe you want to sit back into a child's pose. Maybe you want to spin your fingers out to one side or back towards your knees. So just intuitively moving and feeling into your body, especially your spine, your shoulders, and your hips. And then no rush, but just in your next few breaths, downward facing dog. Yay, Jill joined us. Hi, Jill. So back to your down dog, and then same thing, just exploring movement. So pedaling out your heels, maybe shaking your head yes or no. And just really creating space in your down dog. So with your fingers spread really wide, press the ground away, especially with your thumbs and your index. See if you can keep your shoulders out away from your ears a little bit so they're not just scrunching up towards your ears. And then with strong shoulders, imagine you're pressing your chest, your heart back. So not collapsing through your shoulder girdle, but just using that mobility in your mid-back to move your heart towards the back of your mat or towards the wall behind you just a little bit more. It's not a big movement. All of these little adjustments that I give, a lot of times you can't even see them with your eyes, but you feel them in your body. So it's up to you to find the awareness there and make that shift, make that little change. See how it feels. And then big, deep breaths. So keep those big breaths moving and flowing. Let's take one more. And then as you exhale, just gaze to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold, feet to the top of your yoga mat. And once you've arrived, let's find our halfway lift right away today. So rise to your spinal extension. Stick your butt out behind you. Reach the top of your head forward. Draw navel to spine. Pause here for just a moment. And really press back through the tops of your thighs. Draw forward through the crown of your head. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Take one more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Again, like that, halfway lift. Weight is more in the front of your feet, not so much in your heels. Exhale, let it go, and fold. Now this time, come through your halfway lift and keep rising. So lead with your heart all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's flow through a couple half sun salutes. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, take your slow swan dive down. So traction out your spine, then let it go at the bottom. With your inhalation, spinal extension, press back through your thighs, broaden through your sit bones. Exhale, fold and bow. Now from the press of your feet, lead with your heart. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Maybe take your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, one more time like that. High mountain, breathe in. Exhale, takes you down slowly, forward fold. You are in no rush. Follow your breath. With your inhalation, lift halfway, lots of length. And with your exhalation, refold. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart, rise to stand. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, moving on. Inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. And if it is available to you, start to reach your hands back away from your body. Maybe add just a little back bend. So lift your heart up, puff up through your chest. Reach your knuckles towards the ground. Hug in with your inner thighs. Press your hips gently forward. Take one more in-breath. Keep your clasp. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Take it all the way down. Forward fold. With your fingers interlaced, find your halfway lift. So lengthen your spine and squeeze your back muscles around your spine. Exhale, fold. Take one more in-breath. See if you can lift your knuckles and your sit bones even higher. Exhale, hands to your low back, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang. When you are ready, plank position. So plant your hands, step your feet back. Top of a push-up. Take a great big inhale here and maybe a little tiny rock forward. Start on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway down. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press back up, high plank. Do that again, halfway down, little rock forward, and then hover and hold. Inhale, press back up. Slow as you can go this time. Exhale all the way to your belly. All right. Let's start with our Spiderman Cobra. Hands out wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky, lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, twist to your right and let your left shoulder dip down. Inhale, back to center, heart lifts, belly tones. Exhale, other side, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center, and go one more time in each direction with your own breath at your own pace. So feeling into the mobility in your shoulder girdle, in your spine, feeling into that stretch in your front body as well. Eventually, exhale to lower down and let it go. And then, however you want to get there, just very mindfully, downward facing dog. Take it back. All right, this time in your down dog, bring your feet out to the width of your yoga mat. So feet come out nice and wide. All 10 toes are still facing directly forward. And we're just going to transfer some weight. So press really firmly into your right hand and then press back through your left heel. See if you can shift your hips over to the left a little bit. And then keep lifting your hips high, keep lengthening through both side bodies and through your spine. See if you can get your left foot a little closer to the earth, or I should say your left heel a little closer to the earth. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, release it and just switch to the other side. So left hand presses firmly, shift your hips over to the right and press back through your right heel. Send your breath down the back of your right leg, feel that stretch there. Good work, my friends. Last round. And then end of your exhale, just bring your weight back to center and slowly crawl your hands to the back of your yoga mat. Find yourself in a slightly wide-legged forward fold at the back of your mat. Once you've arrived, halfway lift, breathe in. Bring your left fingertips to the ground underneath your chest and reach your right arm to the sky for a little twist. Both legs as straight as possible. If necessary, bend your left knee a lot. Reach both hips back. Spine long, option to wrap your right arm behind you. Maybe left hand grabs hold of the outside of your right ankle. You can use that as gentle leverage to work your twist. Take one more round. End of your exhalation, unwind and switch to the other side. So right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. Start here, and then if you want to take it deeper, at any point, left arm can wrap behind your back, right hand grabs the outside of your left ankle. Keep your spine nice and long. Make sure you can breathe freely. Big and spacious Ujjayi breath, one last round. End of your exhale, unwind. Halfway lift, realign. Breathe in, exhale, fold. Keeping your feet nice and wide, crawl your hands to the top of your yoga mat, plank position. So pause in your plank, find your strength, push the ground away. See if you can hover your right foot just barely above the ground, nothing else changes. And then if you want to get crazy, see if you can reach your left arm forward, teeter-totter. Take one more round here, reach long. And then end of your exhale, set it down, switch sides. So left toes hover, and maybe right arm reaches forward, just play. Navel to spine, hugging towards midline. Take one more inhale, reach long. Exhale, lower down, and then take it back to down dog. From your down dog, you can walk your feet in a little bit closer. So maybe hips width distance, however you prefer. Keep pedaling it out in your down dog a little longer, or if you'd like to, we'll take a vinyasa. So inhale forward to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice, breathe in. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, friends, from your dog pose, right leg to the sky. And then on an exhale, just softly bring your right foot forward, low lunge. If you have blocks at home and you want to use them underneath your hands, awesome option, awesome variation. If you have something to use at home, use it. We're gonna frame our front foot with our hands. I'm coming up to my fingertips. Next time you breathe in, let your back knee kiss the ground and let your hips kind of sink down. Now lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your front leg, lift your hips up, nose towards your knee, forehead towards your shin. Go back and forth. So inhale, back knee comes down, heart lifts up. My hands are lifting up. If you're using blocks, you might keep your hands on blocks. And then exhale, straighten your front leg. Keep your hips as square as possible. Balance on the ball of your back foot, forehead towards your shin. Go a couple more times, back and forth with your own breath. So just working into that low lunge and then that extended pyramid pose, straightening and bending through your front leg, working through your hips, your hamstrings. Eventually, come back to your strong lunge, setting up for crescent. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot, and rise when you're ready. So you can take a moment to rise up and settle in. Find stability by energetically pulling front hip back, back hip forward. So hips are square and your back leg should feel just as strong as your front leg here. Take one more inhale, reach as high as you can, spread your fingers, maybe even gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your front thigh and lean forward a little bit. Now draw your belly button towards your spine, so almost like you're puffing up or rounding through your low back. Now start to lean further forward, float your back foot off the ground, warrior three variation. So press your hands into your front thigh, draw navel to spine, back leg strong, press with your back foot. You can stay here or one or both arms reach forward for full warrior three. Hips stay square. Might be helpful to bend your standing leg. Take one more deep breath. We're gonna land in our high mountain pose. So top of your mat when you're ready. Both feet on the ground, both arms to the sky. Breathe in here. Exhale, hands to your heart center. All right. Inhale, take your arms up. Let's have a side body stretch. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Up and over to the right. Send your hips to the left. So breathe into your left rib cage, your left waistline. Most of your weight is in your left foot. You're tugging with your right arm gently. Keep your left shoulder plugged into the socket. Take one more big breath. Inhale through center, switch your grip. So grab hold of your right wrist, right palm faces to the left, and then up and over other side. So initiate the stretch with your lower body. Hips move over to the right as your upper body moves to the left, like a crescent moon shape. More weight in your right foot, and then big spacious breaths into your right ribs, your right waistline. Couple more. Soften through your face. Keep your right shoulder plugged in. Nice work, friends. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, release everything. Slow dive, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lots of length. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. All right, pause in your plank. This time we've got side plank. So right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. If you want to modify, you can always bring your right knee down, no big deal. So hips lift super high. And then reach your left arm forward, bicep towards your ear. So left side body elongates. Stay here or see if you can float your left leg up. As you float your left leg up, lift your hips even higher. Take one more great big huge breath. And then slow motion to the other side. So come through your plank and then roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Right arm to the sky. Hips high. So again, that crescent moon shape. Right arm reaches forward. Maybe right leg floats up, lift your hips higher. If your right leg is floating, keep your right foot active. Fullest expression, one more big breath. End of your exhale, back to plank. And then just lift your hips, downward facing dog. You can walk it out for a couple rounds in your down dog if it feels good. Otherwise, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, peel your heart open, keep your shoulders down and back. Don't lock out your elbows no matter how high you lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg to the sky, breathe in. Softly and slowly step your left foot forward, low lunge. If you have blocks at home or some props you want to use under your hands, go for it. So back knee comes down gently, and then heart lifts up. Move your hips slightly forward, slightly down. Hands on blocks, or I'm just hovering my fingertips above the ground. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're straightening our front leg, forehead towards your front shin. Keep your hips square. Exhale all the way to empty. Back and forth a few more times. Move with your breath. So working the length of that front leg, also working the mobility in your hips. Just feeling into your legs. Take one more round. After that one more round, we'll set up for our crescent lunge. So strong lunge position, front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot, and then take it all the way up as you're ready. Find your stability, hug towards midline. So hips square, back leg strong and powerful. Side body is long, spine long. Puff up through your heart, reach through your fingertips. Take one more inhale, maybe a little gaze up. Exhale, hands to your front thigh, lean slightly forward. So again, remember, navel to spine, like you're puffing up through your low back. Now as you press into your front thigh, start to lean further forward, float your back foot off the ground. Warrior three. Hips stay square, press into your front thigh, use that as leverage to lengthen your spine. Gaze down, so back of your neck is long, back leg strong, press with your back foot, stomp it into an invisible wall. Stay here, or one or both arms reach forward, full warrior three. Keep breathing. Take one more round, fullest expression. And then high mountain pose, top of your mat. So standing at the top of your mat, arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, inhale, reach up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, side body stretch to the right, send your hips to the left. Inhale through center, switch your grip, up and over, other side. Inhale back to center, add a little baby back bend this time, exhale, cactus your arms, puff up your heart. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Slow swan dive down, forward fold. With your in-breath, spinal extension, lengthen. Exhale takes you back to plank. Move through a vinyasa your way and meet up in tabletop position, hands and knees. If you want to take it back to a down dog for just a second to stretch and then lower your knees down, feel free. All right, so hands and knees, tabletop, spread your fingers wide, push down with your hands, so your arms, your shoulders, and even your pectorals, your chest muscles feel strong. Draw a belly button in and up. Keep all of that work that we've just created. Now take right arm forward and left leg back, spinal balance. So just like in our warrior three, we want a strong straight line, square hips. Draw your belly button in and up like you're trying to puff up through your low back. Gaze down at the ground, back of your neck is long. Take one more inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, so round your spine, hollow out your belly. Inhale, re-extend, lengthen out. And slow motion, elbow to knee, exhale. Empty all the way out, round even through your mid-back. Inhale, lengthen. Try not to overarch your spine, stay nice and neutral. Last one, high roots, elbow to knee. Inhale, re-extend. Now, exhale, reach your right arm back. Bend your left knee, so left heel towards your left butt cheek. Lift your heart, gaze forward. This is where you stay perfect. If it is available to you, grab hold of your left foot, hug in with your inner thighs, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot, Lift your heart, open through your heart. Feel your back muscles squeeze around your spine. Now, where is your breath? Can you make it even bigger? Take one final round. Awesome job. End of your exhale, release, re-extend. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, set it all down. All right, from hands and knees, extend your right leg straight out to the right with your toes facing forward. So from the front view, it looks like this. All right, so kind of like a half wide-legged straddle position with your right leg. Now take your left arm out to the left, and if you can, start to reach your left arm all the way up towards the sky. Great big inhale. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath you. Reach through like you want to grab hold of your right big toe. And if you can, maybe you wrap your peace fingers around your right big toe. Take this anywhere you like. Right arm might wrap behind your back. You can use your right fingertips to just press into the ground, kind of leveraging your twist. So lots of options, whatever feels best to you. Take about 3 more big, spacious breaths into your back body. If you do have your right hand lifted, slowly bring it back to the earth. And then everybody, next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm. Reach it all the way up as high as you can one more time. And then set your left hand down. Bring your right knee back to the ground, so regular tabletop. Knees, hips width distance apart. Toes tucked under, sit your hips back onto your heels for screaming toe pose. So make sure your heels don't sway out to the sides. Don't drift out to the sides. So hug in towards midline. Hands can rest on your thighs. You can bring your hands to your heart. If you want to, arms up, interlace your fingers, press up through your palms. If you're pressing up through your palms and you want to move into a couple side body stretches or just explore a little movement with your upper body, feel free. Keep hugging in with your inner heels. Maybe exploring just a little bit of movement through your upper body or through your arms. Take about 2 or 3 more slow, steady breaths, letting that heat build in the soles of your feet, just softening around it. Let's take one last big inhale. Exhale, big sigh. All right, hands and knees. You can untuck your toes and maybe give them a little tap, 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 so tops of your feet pitter-patter against the ground for a moment. And then downward facing dog. And feel in your down dog that deeper awareness of your feet. Feel the aliveness in your toes and really root them into the ground. Lift up through your hips, lengthen through your spine. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale this time, peel your right hip open. So bend your knee, right knee reaches out and then up. So just like you're hinging a door open on your right hip. Flex your right toes, squeeze your outer right butt cheek. See if you can lift your right knee a little higher. One more inhale. Stay here or exhale to flip your dog. Right toes come down behind you. Right arm reaches forward, heart reaches forward. Breathe down into your belly. Back muscles squeeze around your spine. One last breath. End of your exhale, come back to 3-legged down dog. So right leg to the sky, inhale. Everybody exhale, right foot steps forward, low lunge. All right, from low lunge, listen. We're gonna rise all the way up to a standing staff. So root through your right foot, rise up, arms to the sky, left knee lifts. And then slowly back to your low lunge. See if you can get your fingers and toes to touch at the same time. So slowly with control. Back and forth through those 2 movements. Inhale, standing staff. Exhale, low lunge. Or if you need to slow down that breath, That's totally fine. So if you're taking a couple breaths to rise up, a couple breaths to lower back down, fine. Just as long as you're aware of your breath, it's intentional. Keep moving back and forth until you feel that heat start to build in your right hip. That's what we want. So work that. Let's take about 2 more. Up and down, slow, intentional movement. Hug towards midline with your inner thighs. Stay connected to your center. And then as you rise, every time really push into the ground with your right foot. Finish the round you are on, end up in your low lunge position. From your low lunge, inhale, 3-legged down dog, right leg to the sky. Great big inhale. You can open your hip if it feels good. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog, stretch it out. Exhale, right knee, right armpit, so as high as you can get on your right arm. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Now listen, exhale, pigeon pose, right shin forward. Your right hip is nice and warm now. Pull your right hip back so you're plugging the femur bone into the socket. And as you pull your right hip back, start to bow, reach your heart forward, humble pigeon. About 5 to 7 deep breaths. Slow, spacious inhales, and even slower, more complete exhales all the way to empty. Notice, where are you tightening up? Where are you tensing up? And then can you allow yourself to soften just a little bit more? Take about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Last round, and let your exhale be a wide open mouth sigh. Your mouth wide open and just a big sigh. Good, and then lift your upper body. We're gonna come into a seat for a moment. So nice and easy, sit over onto your right butt cheek and swing your left leg around. You can extend your right leg for a moment and just give it a nice little shake out. And then draw your right knee towards your chest. Left leg stays extended. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Hug your right knee in, sit up really tall. Left toes are flexed back towards your shin, and left toes face directly up towards the sky. On an inhale, reach your right arm up, lengthen. As you exhale, twist and bring your right hand to the ground behind you. I just bring my right fingertips down. Stay here, or take it a little deeper, left arm to the sky, breathe in, lengthen more. Exhale, left elbow outside of your right knee, just kind of latches there, and then work your twist a little more. Gaze back over your right shoulder. Try not to put too much weight on your right hand behind you. And then big Buddha belly breaths all the way down. Take about 2 or 3 more. Good work, friends. Very end of your next exhale. Empty all the way out and then slowly unwind. Bring your hands over to your left side. Take a little bow. So let the crown of your head move towards the ground. Your back can round. It should feel nice. It's just a nice little counter twist. One more breath. Lift back up. And then let's just adjust sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Open your hips up to the right a bit so your hips are not square, they're open. So if you were to extend your right leg out, you'd be in a wide-legged straddle position. Press your right foot, sole of your right foot into your inner left thigh. Left hand on the top of your left thigh, right arm to the sky. Take a big, huge inhale, sit up tall, sit bones are rooted. And as you exhale, slide your left fingertips down towards your left foot and reach your right arm up and over. So someday, right fingers grab hold of your left big toe. Or maybe the outer edge of your left foot. That's the goal, or that's the intention. I don't even like to use the word goal in yoga. So keep your heart open. You're not doing a forward fold. You're working a side body stretch. Breathe into your right side, right ribs, right waistline. If you've got your left forearm in a place where you can bring it to the inside of your left leg, maybe use that. So press your left forearm into your leg back into your forearm. Even your elbow can work. So using the leverage of your left arm to work the pose. Take one more big breath. Next time you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand comes down behind you. Press into your right hand, lift your hips. So left arm reaches back for more of a modified side plank, or more of a modified wild thing. You can open your heart to look up. Wherever you're at, one more huge inhale. And then exhale, maybe even a lion's breath. Stick out your tongue, cross your eyes. Good job. And then sit bones come down. We'll move back into down dog, and if you want, you can come with me. If you want, you can get there your own way. So I'm gonna take boat pose, balancing on my sit bones, squeezing through my inner thighs. This pose is really hard for me to stay out of my hip flexors. I have to keep my hands behind my thighs. So you don't wanna rock back onto your tailbone. Balance on your sit bones. Take one more inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, cross your ankles, rock forward, hands to the ground, feet to the back of your mat. Move through a vinyasa if you'd like, or just go straight back to down dog. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. Big inhale. Exhale, set your knees down gently for tabletop. Press into the ground with your hands, fingers spread wide. Draw your belly button in and up. So already right here in this position, you feel really, really powerful and strong. It's like somebody could come and stand on your back and you'd be able to hold them. You're so strong, you're so rooted, you're so stable. Now keep all of that and take your left arm forward, right leg back, spinal balance. So long, strong, powerful line of energy. Take one more big inhale and reach like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and re-extend. Lots of length. Press with your back foot, reach through your fingertips, elbow to knee again, moving with breath. Round through your mid-back. Inhale, lengthen. And last one, slow motion, elbow to knee. As you breathe in, lots of length. And then as you exhale, moving into our half bow. So left arm reaches back, bend your right knee, heel towards your glute, lift your heart. Stay here, or if it's available, grab your foot. Hug in with your inner thighs. Kick foot into hand. Pull hand back into foot. See if you can lift your heart higher. So feel your front body expanding, stretching, opening. Little tone in your low abdominals, so navel to spine. Back muscles squeeze around your spine. Last round. End of your exhale, ever so slowly release neutral spine. Re-extend, inhale. Exhale, let it all go, lower back to your tabletop. All right, this time take your left leg out to the left, toes face forward. So that half wide-legged straddle. Right arm out to the right, and if you can, reach up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath as far as you can reach, then come down to rest. Big, deep breaths, your variation of this pose. Just feel whatever there is to feel, notice whatever there is to notice. Last couple rounds here. So big, spacious back body breaths. If you've got your left hand lifted, bring your left palm back to the ground. Next time you inhale, unthread your right arm. Reach it up as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. And then right hand comes down. Back to tabletop. Curl your toes under and sit back into your screaming toe pose. Same as before. Hands rest on your thighs. Hands to your heart. Arms to the sky. If you want, this time interlace your fingers. Steeple your index fingers to point up. And then from there, you can play with those side body stretches. Make sure as you reach from side to side, your hips don't move. So your hips are still on your heels. Your heels don't move. Your inner heels are hugging in towards midline. Make sure your breath is there. Take about 3 more. As that heat builds in your feet, just send your breath there. Soften around it. Good job. Last round. Big inhale, and if you'd like, big open mouth sigh. Forward to hands and knees. Untuck your toes. You can give them that gentle pitter patter. Tap against the ground. And downward facing dog. Feel the awareness of your toes and your feet. All right. Left leg to the sky. Breathe in. Open up your left hip. As you exhale, bend your left knee, squeeze your outer left butt cheek, lift your left knee as high as you can. Notice if you just kind of collapsed in your right shoulder. Try to keep both hands rooted, both shoulders square and strong. Take one more inhale here. Stay if you like. Otherwise, exhale, flip it. Left toes come down behind you. Left arm reaches forward, heart forward. Lift your hips and breathe down into your belly. Back muscles super strong. One last round. End of your exhale, come back. 3-legged down dog. Extend your left leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Softly step your left foot through. All right. Left foot roots down, standing staff. So all the way up. One beautiful, graceful movement. If it doesn't happen beautifully and gracefully, no big deal. So back and forth through low lunge, trying to get toes and fingers to touch down at the exact same time. And then as you lift, coming back up into your standing staff. Slow, intentional movement. Job. So again, we're wanting to build that heat in our left hip. So if you feel it building, that's a good thing. Let's take about 2 or 3 more. No rush, just intentional, mindful movement, really pressing into your left foot as you rise, staying connected to your center as you lower down. Hugging towards midline, so try not to sink into your left hip. Finish the round you're on, end up in your low lunge. And then once you're in your low lunge, 3-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. If you want, you can open up your hip again if that feels good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged, stretch it out. Left knee, left armpit, so aim high. Exhale, inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, pigeon pose. So left shin, top of your mat, set your body down. Pull your left hip back, femur bone plugs into the socket. Keep pulling your left hip back as you start your bow. Heart goes forward, and then just breathe. Keep your left toes active like you're trying to spread them. Keep energetically pulling your left hip towards the back of your mat. If you want to go deeper, you can scoot your back knee back a little further at any time. big breaths. Last couple, perhaps you exhale out your mouth. Good job, you guys. And then let's slowly, end of your next exhale, begin to lift our upper body back upright. And nice and easy, find your way into that seat. So sit over onto your left butt cheek and then swing your right leg around. Take both legs out in front of you for a moment. Give them a nice little shake out. And then bend your left knee towards your chest, left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Flex your right toes back towards your shin so your right foot is active, toes face up. Hug your left knee in, sit up really tall, broaden through your shoulders. Inhale your left arm to the sky. Exhale, twist, left hand comes down behind you. Stay here, or right arm to the sky, lengthen more. Inhale, exhale, twist, right elbow latches to the outside of your left knee. If that's too much, you can stick with that first variation. Maybe gaze back over your left shoulder and breathe. Good, you guys. Couple more intentional breaths. Buddha belly breaths all the way down. End of your next exhale, slowly unwind your upper body. Hands over to your right side. Take your little bow, that nice little counter twist. Breathe into your low back. And then lift your upper body and adjust your legs. Sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh and allow your hips to open. Right toes still, face straight up. Foot is flexed and active. Press the sole of your foot into your leg, leg into the sole of your foot. Right hand to your right thigh, left arm to the sky. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, slide your right hand towards your right foot. Reach your left arm forward towards the top of your mat. Try to keep your heart open. So imagine your heart is trying to look up at the sky. Maybe someday your left hand can grab your right toes. If you've got your right forearm inside your right leg, press into your leg. So forearm presses into leg, leg back into arm, and heart rotates open. Couple more rounds. Keep your right toes active. Keep breathing down into your left waistline. Sit bones rooted. Press your left foot into your leg, leg back into your foot. Next, inhale, rise up. Both arms reach up. And exhale, left hand comes down behind you. Press into your left hand. Lift your hips. Modified side plank or modified wild thing. Heart towards the sky. Great, big, huge inhale. Lots of space. If you want lion's breath, as you exhale, stick out your tongue. Push the air out. Cross your eyes. All right, sit bones down. Extend your legs forward. You can use your arms to guide yourself onto your back, or arms reach forward. Use your core. So really, really slowly. It's like you're hollowing out your belly. Try not to let your legs lift. Squeeze your legs together. One vertebra at a time. Come all the way down onto your back. Once you're on your back, full body stretch. So arms long, legs long. Pull yourself apart. Great big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Tee out your arms, feet to the ground with your knees bent. Bring your feet mat width distance apart. Inhale here. Exhale, let your knees fall to the right. So windshield wiper, inhale, knees through center, exhale to the other side. Go back and forth, couple more times with your breath. Oh my gosh, it's already past 45 minutes. I'm the worst. It's so hard for me to teach 45 minutes, but at least I get closer. So, couple more times from side to side, going as slowly or as quickly as you want. Wrap up your windshield wipers. Bring your knees back to center. For just a moment, let your knees fall in. Keep your feet wide. So feel that open up some space in your low back. Take a couple big breaths down into your low back. Feet wide, knees together. And then happy baby pose. So when you're ready, reach down, grab hold of your feet. Outer edges if you can. If not, inner edges or big toes are fine. Maybe even ankles, shins, or the backs of your thighs to modify. And then with your arms pull down, with your heels press up, flex your toes, even your little baby pinky toes. You can rock it out from side to side. You can straighten one leg and then the other. Take a couple more breaths in happy baby. Your intention is to find a neutral spine. And then you're going to keep your feet in the air, but bring the soles of your feet together and grab hold of the outer edges of your feet. Neutral spine, pull your feet towards your chest, press your knees away. So feet come towards your upper body, knees press towards the top of your mat. Traction out your spine, lots of length, nice and neutral. One more round. And then release. Legs long, arms out by your sides. You can either just settle right here into your Shavasana or take a few little finishing postures or stretches to finish off your own practice. And then as you guys settle into your final relaxation, I have a reading for you. It's called Gratitude by Jeff Foster. Despite the sorrow and the despair, despite the times when I thought I'd never make it, despite the days when the mind seemed like a torture chamber and the body a prison, despite the years of pain and profound alienation from my true nature, it has been a blessed life, a life of unspeakable riches, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, and it couldn't have been any other way. And if it all ends tomorrow, if the curtain falls, I will be reduced to a word. There will be only a single word left, and that word will be the word that started it all. And that word will be gratitude. Thank you for everything. The light and the darkness, the gain and the loss, the success and the failure, the pleasure and the pain, the joy and the sorrow, and for the unspeakable awareness in which it all came and went like birdsong. So give yourself these last few moments to rest for as long as you would like. And then if you want to, you can close your practice for yourself in a way that resonates for you. Thank you guys so much for letting me guide you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.